When on the 5th November of 2007 the new Call of Duty was released under the name Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, no one really could expect what an epic game this will be, and what an influence this will have not only on the Call of Duty series, but on the first-person genre as a whole. Some of the features introduced by Call of Duty 4 were at least uncommon, if not totally new to the FPS genre. Now you were rewarded with experience points for killing enemies, destroying or capturing certain objectives, completing challenges and winning games. As you would progress throughout the levels, you would get access to new weapons, new weapon attachments, perks and challenges. And this would bring a totally new dynamic to the game. Another new cool feature to the game were kill streaks. Now you would be rewarded for staying alive while continuously kill enemies. For 3 successive kills you would get unkillable UAV, for 5 airstrike and for 7 attack chopper. While these kill streaks were powerful, they weren't unmanageable for the enemy team or too frustrating. While all these features were great addition to the game, this is not what really made Call of Duty 4 one of the greatest games ever. One of the biggest secrets to success of this game lies in its amazing IV3 engine, which allowed developers to make one of the best looking games at that time. And this is something that we really don't expect anymore from Call of Duty. At that time this was also one of the best sounding games, and all that combined with its very precise and smooth movement and very responsive controls enabled a gamer to have very immersive experience. While all these great features, including many new ones, found their way back into the new installments of Call of Duty, there was something gradually getting lost. And there is a reason why many hardcore Call of Duty fans till this day consider Call of Duty 4 to be their favorite game and that almost perfect Call of Duty. If a player wanted to do consistently well in this game, it took practice and a lot of skill. In absence of perks that will make you aim faster down the sight or after sprinting, the fact that you have to give up stopping power to achieve faster reload or be hidden away from the enemy radar, in absence of machine pistols, akimbo attachments and overpowered kill streaks that would get kills instead of you, this game was quite unforgiving. And there just weren't many ways for bad players to get cheap and easy kills over their more experienced enemies. Another great feature of this game lies in its weapon balance, even though not as perfect as some would like to remember. This game had no weapons that would instantly turn a bad player into a dangerous one, but did have weapons that were quite better than others. In SMG class, 3 superior weapons were AK-74U, MP5 and P90. In presence of these SMGs, the remaining 2, Mini Uzi and Scorpion, seem virtually useless. Assault rifle class, on the other hand, was dominated by M16, which is often referred as the god gun of Call of Duty 4, and AK-47, which is especially popular among players in the PC community. Shotguns, while being extremely fun to use, to a person whose sole purpose of playing Call of Duty is to defeat enemies and try to win games, they really didn't have much to offer. Because of their very limited range, they almost never felt like a right choice. Light machine guns in Call of Duty 4 were actually quite powerful, but because of their loss of mobility, slow aiming down the sight, and unreliable hipfire, they would force a player to adopt more defensive role, and therefore in comparison with SMGs and assault rifles weren't a popular choice. Sniper rifles, on the other hand, were very popular in Call of Duty 4, even though in comparisons to Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 they were quite hard to use. It took quite some time to master sniping in this game, but once mastered, provided with a lot of fun. And till this day, many players will tell you, if you want to prove to yourself and prove to Call of Duty community that you're a good sniper, you have to do it in the Call of Duty 4. Now, while many of us will remember this game for its simplicity and gun-on-gun action, it's kind of ironic that this is also the game that introduced some of the features that are ruining Call of Duty till this day. Call of Duty 4 introduced perks like Martyrdom and Last Stand. Call of Duty 4 also introduced for the first time the infamous attachment grenade launcher. While very powerful frag grenades by itself weren't a big problem, but when too many players combined that with perks like 3x frag and martyrdom, the game would become virtually unplayable. But many will tell you that probably the biggest flaw of this game lies in its sometimes unreliable hit detection. Now if we take one final look at the game, we will realize that the list of flaws in comparisons to new installments of Call of Duty is extremely short, and the list of good things is much longer. And if you have never played Call of Duty 4, many veteran Call of Duty players will tell you that you are missing out on the best Call of Duty ever.